Opening doors for you. All right. God is opening doors for you. All right now. God is opening doors. Okay, choir. God is opening doors for you. All right. Woo! All righty. All righty. Thank you so much. You may be seated. You may be seated. Open door season. Yes. Opening doors for you. Thank you all so much and welcome. Welcome to Living Truth 365. I know you all could be anywhere where it's a little drier, but we are glad that you chose to brave the liquid sunshine and be here with us today. So we are grateful for you being here to share our end of year service. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it because you know we have a lot to get through. So we'll go through it. So I just wanted to share with you guys a little bit about what we did this year as a community as we bring this year of 2024 to a close. We are filled with gratitude for everyone who embarked on the Breaking Barrier program with us for 2024. It was an extraordinary journey. Your commitment and dedication have been nothing short of inspiring, and we celebrate the incredible growth you've achieved over this past year. This program was more than just a path to transformation or an exploration of new strengths and perspectives. It was a profound opportunity to uncover who you truly are as a spiritual being. Together, we dove deep to identify and confront what has been holding you back from expressing the fullness of spirit within you. You faced your limiting beliefs and fears, your error thinking, and your negative habit patterns that created the illusion of barriers and prevented you from fully stepping into your goals, dreams, and desires. By examining these beliefs, we worked to dismantle them and reverse the notion that anything outside of you could limit your potential. This was a journey of courage, of looking inward, of acknowledging what you may not have faced or dealt with before, and doing the hard work to move beyond it. Through this process, you began to see what it truly means to demonstrate the fullness of who you are. Throughout the year, we worked with a powerful key for each month to help guide this journey, such as creative visualization, fasting, health, mindfulness, creation, manifestation, demonstration, seeing no evil, giving yourself permission, being childlike, paying attention, being a conduit of healing, reaching out and being love, and meditation. We did a lot. Each key offered unique insights and practices, helping us to dismantle old perspectives, cultivating new strengths, and connecting more deeply with ourselves and others. But it wasn't all serious reflection. We also had a lot of fun along the way, whether it was the Museum of Illusions, where we had a lot of fun with that, where we were being childlike, just going out and having fun and giving yourself permission to enjoy life, where we chose to see no evil and see just the good, and see what it is we want and see past those illusions, and creatively visualizing that which we desire for our lives. We had a lot of fun doing these things. The monthly keys, the DIY exercises, and sharing activities which brought joy and connection, helping us to grow together as a community. So what I want to do is take a moment to honor those who participated throughout the entire year. If you were with us on this journey from the very beginning, please stand so that we can recognize you. Woo! All right. All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Have a seat. Thank you so much. And thank you for your participation in the program. Your dedication, your resilience, and openness have inspired us all. And we thank you for being a shining example of what is possible when we commit to breaking barriers and stepping into our true and authentic selves. Now, as we worked extensively with the 12 keys, we also unconsciously strengthened our alignment to God as threefold beings, spirit, mind, and body. Spirit with our intention, mind with our focus, and body with consistency of action. And here's how they all harmonize together. So it's spirit with intention. Intention represents the vision, purpose, or energy that flows beyond our habitual patterns. It exists as a field of energy that precedes our physical existence and underpins everything in the universe. Wayne Dyer eloquently described intention as the spirit that undergirds all things, a first cause that we embody and express. We are expressions of intention. When we manifest love, compassion, kindness, and other positive traits, we are embodying intention, tapping into a divine source. Intention, then, in another way to be described, is God, its spirit, its source, its principle. Dr. Rocco's idea of God guiding as an action verb illustrates how intentionality becomes a dynamic and transformative force. Each time we act with intention, we align ourselves with our Christ consciousness. And we began this journey by breaking barriers through creative visualization, not only to connect with spirit and clarify our desires for what we wish to do, be, and have, but also to manifest these intentions, gaining clarity and strengthening our alignment with true purpose. With our mind, we were focused. Focus governs our thoughts, channeling the energy of our mental faculties toward our goals and keeping us centered on the work required. As we are reminded in the Kabbalion, everything is energy. Thought itself is a powerful form of energy, shaping our experiences and influencing the reality we create. By harnessing focused thought, we trained our minds to rise above distractions and maintain clarity on our path. When we focus, we align the energetic patterns of our thought with our intentions. This alignment enhances our ability to stay true to who we say we are. Focused thought informs our actions, enabling us to engage in activities that resonate with our core values and purpose. It empowers us to filter out distractions, ensuring that our efforts are directed toward what truly matters. By doing so, we cultivate a harmonious connection between our thoughts, our words, and our actions, reinforcing our alignment with that which we desire for ourselves and others. As Philippians 4:8 reminds us, whatever is true, whatever is honest, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is of good report, if there is any virtue and if there is any praise, think on these things. This scripture encourages us to focus on thoughts that uplift and resonate within divine qualities. We embody this principle when we embrace the practices of fasting and seeing no evil. Instead of focusing on what we didn't want or the illusions or the barriers, we've shifted our focus to what it would look like and what it would feel like to live without barriers, to see beyond any obstructions rather than being hindered by them. In doing so, we amplify the energy of our intentions and maintain clarity on our spiritual journey. And then body, consistency of action. Consistency translates intention and focus into action. It's the physical manifestation of our inner work, the repeated disciplined steps that moved us closer to our goals. Through consistent action, we ground our spiritual and mental efforts into tangible progress. Consistency is more than a routine, however. It is the bridge between vision and reality. By engaging in daily practices aligned with our intention, we built momentum that propelled us forward. Whether through prayer, meditation, study, or acts of service, consistency anchors us in habits that reflect who we are and who we are becoming. Moreover, consistent action reinforces alignment with our divine nature. It ensures that our behaviors are in harmony with our intentions and focus, creating a ripple effect that touches every aspect of our lives. Each deliberate, repetitive act is a declaration of our commitment to growth and transformation. It was through consistent engagement with our DIY activities, our active participation in various exercises, following the work and working with both individuals and with the group to hold one another accountable that we experienced transformation, expanded our consciousness, and broke through barriers. Through the integration of intention, focus, and consistency across our spirit, mind, and body, we've made meaningful progress in breaking through barriers this year. Along the way, we've also uncovered areas where there's still misalignment, right? Places where barriers still need to be recognized, reevaluated, and removed from our lives. The 2024 Breaking Barriers program has served as a powerful model where you were intentional, focused, and consistent in following the path that unfolded for you. Many of you successfully broke through barriers and confronted challenges, allowing you to walk in alignment with your truth. So as we've seen, breaking these barriers is essential. It's important. Without doing so, you lack the courage and alignment necessary to follow your true path. This process has shown us that true progress comes when we remove the barriers standing between us and our divine purpose. So, now that we understand what the program was about, and we talked about it, and we honored it, and we celebrated everybody that participated in it, we recognize that it's a never-ending process, right? We're constantly peeling back those layers. We're always improving, becoming a better expression of spirit, and allowing ourselves to show up and show out like we want to do. So, for 2025, I'm sure we still have maybe some barriers that we haven't quite pierced. Some that we didn't realize that we still had, and some that we are dismantling and need to finish breaking down those barriers. So, what we're going to do now is I'm going to guide you all through a brief meditation. And this meditation is to help us to become open and receptive and responsive to what Spirit has for us in this now moment. What He is sharing, He or she is sharing with us right now. After the meditation, we'll take some time to reflect and write down maybe one or two barriers that you wish to break, or you have struggled to break, or you want to fully dismantle, so you can move forward on your journey to complete self-expression. So let us get comfortable in our seats. and gently close our eyes. And there's no need to manipulate your breath or control it in any way. Just connect with it. Connect with the in-breath, the out-breath, and the space in between. Allow yourself to fully inhale and fully exhale. And release anything that has happened before this very moment. It no longer exists. Release what no longer serves you. And instead allow yourself to be open to the wisdom and the knowledge of spirit. What wisdom is trying to share with you. With each breath, you're more open. With each breath, you're more receptive. With each breath, there's more clarity. With each breath, there's more intention. You're inviting in that wisdom and releasing what no longer serves you. In this present and perfect moment, we say thank you. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for knowledge. Thank you for clarity. Thank you for peace. Thank you for compassion. Thank you for kindness. Thank you for love. Let us slowly bring ourselves back to this space, this sacred space that we've just created for our growth, for our openness, for our receptivity. We are getting ready to turn on the lights. Underneath your seat is a pen and a piece of paper. I invite you now to listen to this next song, Speak to My Heart, and allow Spirit to speak to you and give you more clarity. And just take some time to just perhaps write a couple of things down, a couple of barriers you want to break through, perhaps a couple of things you want more understanding on. Or ask the question, what's the next right step? seconds. Want you to do, speak to my heart, waiting to hear from you. Speak to my heart, that's what I want you to do. Speak to my heart, Lord. Give me your holy word. I can hear from you. This is your heart being spoken to. So Reverend Andrea has talked with you guys about the barrier breaking program, and she's brought you forward to where we are. And I want to move us along so that we are talking about a path of truth, because that's where I want to get to. That's what's really important. And that's really what the crux of what we're going to be doing here today is. So somebody's asking, well, Reverend Sharon, what is a path of truth? Let me put my educated hat on and tell you. A path of truth is a spiritual practice where your purpose and intention to live authentically and in alignment with the highest principle and metaphysical principles of absolute truth. That was a mouthful. I know y'all didn't get it, so I'm going to break it down for you. The path of truth is a path, and as you move in life, it actually unfolds before you as you walk it. It's a roadmap that will take you from wherever you are to where you want to go. The path of truth is not just about moving into 2025, because right now everybody is so focused on my New Year's resolution. What am I doing for 2025? But this is really about your life, how you're going to walk in the new year, how you're going to walk in truth. You're going to be walking this 24/7, 365 for the rest of your life, walking this path of truth. Because I believe that you was created to live a life that demonstrates God in action, right here and right now in every area of your life. When you follow a path of truth, it's going to lead you down a pathway of infinite possibilities because you are living authentically, purposefully, and in alignment with divine mind. That path of truth is built upon a foundation of truth. You need to have a foundation of truth because sometimes your practice, your tools is not enough. It doesn't get you to where you need to go. The meditation doesn't quite do it for you. The affirmation doesn't do it for you. The denial doesn't do it to you. But what's going to do it every single time is standing on your foundation of principle. That's what's going to carry you on your foundation and your path. Because that's what's going to keep you focused and consistent and able to continue to move forward. So any challenge, any obstacle, any circumstance that you see that comes against you, any appearance, it's a no thing. Because you're standing on truth and you can walk through it. Having a foundation of truth undergirds all that you're going to do on that path of truth. Because a foundation of truth, it is the energy, it is the purpose, it is the generator, it is the power that empowers you towards the manifestation of what you seek to fulfill and the path that you desire to walk in life. So somebody's asking me, okay, Reverend Sharon, why do you need a path of truth? That's easy. You need a path of truth to gain insight and understanding on a whole new level. Yes, Lord. A path of truth is going to reveal the things that you are unable to see. It's going to show you the things that you are unable to understand.
It's going to show you where you are limited in your understanding right now about truth principles. That's what that path of truth is going to tell you. It's going to show you where you have unconscious biases, where you have a belief in lack and limitation. You're holding on to unforgiveness, worry, anxiety, fears. Or maybe the fears is holding on to you. But the path of truth is going to show you exactly what you believe. Because sometimes we think, oh, that's not me. I'm a truth student. I know the truth. But what's your life telling you?
All right, come on, talk about it.
We need a path of truth to teach us how to face any challenge or circumstances or appearing. Because we have to know that that which is within us is more powerful than anything that is outside of us. We need a path of truth to show us how to stand firm in our faith, knowing that God is the only presence and power that there is.
Yes.
We need a path of truth to show us what it means to turn to God first and to wait in the silence for the answers that you need. And then you need a path of truth to direct you so that you can deny the lie and affirm the truth. See, being willing to walk in truth, that's the first step. It's the starting point of your journey on that path. But sometimes we can only walk our path of truth when we're willing to release our barriers and the things that no longer serve us or prevent us from reaching our destination. It's back to the barrier stuff that Reverend Andrew was talking about. And that's the very thing that some of us, we don't want to look at. But see, that means that you have to be willing to make a lifelong commitment. Let me say that word again. Commitment. Because some of y'all don't know anything about that word. You're not committed. You don't show up for nobody else, much less yourself. Commitment. So you have to make a lifelong commitment to not only follow truth principles, but be willing to follow the path of truth. Because that's two different things. Following truth principles and following the path of truth. As you walk it, you're walking in the truth principles and you're walking on the path of truth. Okay. Sometimes following the path, it can be unsure, it can be unstable, it can be rocky, it can be unyielding, it can be fraught with difficulties, it can be painful, it can be exhausting. But it's your path. It's your path to follow. And nobody else can walk your path. Or nobody else can do your work but you. I can't do the work for you. I would love to. But you can sit here and listen to me every single Sunday. And if you don't do your work, you can't walk your path of truth. And you certainly aren't standing on truth principles. Because you got to work the truth. Because it does work when you're working.
Hallelujah.
See, there are going to be times that you'll follow the path, and it may seem as if you're moving blindly and in the dark. But you have to stay the course, even if that means moving inch by inch. The path is going to be lit. It's going to be lit by your understanding of spiritual principle. And it's going to be illuminated by the light of spirit. I don't think y'all didn't hear what I said. I said that path is going to be lit by your understanding, standing under truth principle, and by the illuminating light of spirit. See, when we walk the path of truth, we not only accept the path of truth, but we accept the path. Let me go backwards. When we walk the path of truth, we not only accept the truth of the path, but we accept the path. We accept the path regardless of where we are on the path or how the path feels. Because it ain't going to always feel good, but you got to accept the truth of the path. And you got to walk the path. Because again, it's your path. See, we have to accept all of it. That's part of committing. Committing to courageously follow the path of truth, and committing to continuously breaking through your barriers whenever they come up. And you know they're going to come up. Why? Because this is life and stuff happens. So you got to be committed. Because if you're not following a path of truth, what's going on in your life? You will then be experiencing stagnation. You're not going to be experiencing any growth. You're going to let fear and false belief rule you. You're going to allow self-imposed and unconscious limitations to hold you back. You will not be demonstrating the highest self, and you certainly will not be living on purpose. You're going to be following your human will, not God's will, but your human will. And you know, we all got that. I think, I know, I believe, whenever you had you know, and ain't that big I, it's that I think, I know. And then you're going to be following the ego, and you're going to be following the world mind. But not only that, you're going to be out of alignment. You're going to be out of order. And sometimes you're even going to be out of control. I'm going to say it again because in a nutshell, your life 1,000% is going to tell on you every single time. So what is the meaning of laying a path? What does that mean? Whether you realize it or not, because you are a metaphysician and a truth student, you are always laying a path that enables somebody else to walk and continue their journey of living a life grounded in truth principles and centered in spirit and led by spirit. Now, I said a lot there, but I want you to listen to what I'm saying because this is really important for you to understand how we are all connected. Each paver or step is a testament and confirmation that this stuff works. Laying a path is laying a foundation of truth. The path is one of truth. They're one and the same. The path is built out of truth. That path flows and unfolds from truth. And it is truth that empowers, strengthens, and energizes you as you lay your path, as you walk your path. Do I have to say that again? Therefore, you are ultimately laying a path that you will continue to build upon and a path that you will continue to follow because it is a never-ending journey. Again, the path, the journey, the truth principles is all one and the same, especially when you're walking it, but even more so when you lay it. Here's what I need you to get. This is true not just for you individually, but it's true for Living Truth 365. It's true for the Revs, and it is true to anybody else that is committed to truth, because we all help to lay the path. See, you ain't walking one path and I'm walking another path. Nikki's not walking one path and Georgette's walking another path. It's all the same path. May not look like it, but it's the same path. Now, don't get me wrong. Just because you're following a path of truth, that doesn't mean that everything is going to be a bed of roses. It doesn't mean that everything's going to work out for you just like you planned. And it doesn't mean that you're never going to have a challenging experience, or that you won't have times where, as the young folks say, that life won't be lifing. But what it does mean is that you will go straight to truth in the face of adversity, In the face of challenges and in the face of any obstacle that seems to keep you from reaching your destination. I said a key word in there, that seems to keep you from reaching your destination. Because that means that you're going to have to learn to pivot, to reframe, to affirm, to breathe, to use the power of your imagination, to take the curves, the sharp turns, the winding parts, the hills, the downward slopes. Take it all with grace, with patience, with forgiveness, with unconditional love, with spiritual discernment. This is all a part of laying your path. And it's also knowing what it takes to follow the path of truth. Because sometimes it may not look like you have what it takes to follow the path of truth. You may seem to get confused about where that path is taking you. And sometimes you don't always know the direction to go. Sometimes you don't know when to walk, when to run, when to rest, when to simply sit in the middle of the road and be still. Because sometimes we just get busy. Okay, y'all, I'm talking to myself. Sometimes I get busy and don't sit in the middle of the road. Even though I know I'm on the path of truth, I just keep moving. That's the time for me to go back to principle and say, hey, be still. Be still and know. Here's the thing about laying the path. The path isn't unmovable, and it's not set in stone. You can always change directions or lay a new route. You just need to have the wisdom and the clarity to do so. It's not set in stone. Just because you're going this way doesn't mean that you don't listen to spirit and turn around, go back. But if you get your human will in the way, I think I need to continue on and not be still and allow spirit to tell you what to do. That's not following your path, and that's not following truth principle. See, sometimes there are times where you may not know what to do, how to do it, when to do it, or how to determine the who, what, when, where, how. That's the time when somebody else who has already laid the path or followed the path can shed some much needed clarity and some illumination for you. See, let me share something with you all. The Revs of Living Truth 365, we have been blessed with the clarity of our elders. We've been blessed, y'all. They have always lovingly and graciously shared their wisdom, their knowledge with us individually and as a group and as Living Truth 365 as an entity. Because sometimes we have unsteadily traversed this path of truth. And so because we have benefited from their knowledge and their wisdom, I'm going to call these elders up and invite them to share briefly the wisdom and clarity that is needed to follow this path of truth. So I'm going to invite Dr. Cunningham to come up first and speak to us. Because you need to hear this wisdom that we got because we're blessed to have them. And they're going to quickly share something with you.
Beginning. It's sad because we're going to be leaving some things behind. But what have we built in the interim? What is your bridge? I now teach A Course in Miracles, and when asked to speak on something, I have to go back to the beginning. Is this on? Okay. I'm going to read something to you, and then I'm going to speak to you. The last 5 days of this year, lessons 361 to 365. The holy instant would I give to you. Be you in charge, for I would follow you. Certain that your direction gives me peace. Each day, when we say those words, holy, that's healing. Do we not know that the word holy is truth and healing? We need that healing each and every moment. The holy instant is a moment in time. Oh, we look at, how many hours I have to go to? I go to sleep, or I eat, or I run out and play. It takes the Holy Spirit one instant to connect with you, to give you that girding, that undergirding, so that you do not fall, so that you do not go in another direction. And so what? I did what I wanted to do. It felt good for a time. The Holy Spirit is there, waiting. He's our guide. Jesus told us that. He will send you a comforter. He will send you an advocate. He will send you a guide. Let us use that guide to move us along this thing called life. It is necessary because as we move along our daily duties, it would be so much easier. You know, those of us who have children, we're trying to show them which way to walk and how to talk. But isn't it funny when they look at us and say, I'm doing it my way. But that's what we're doing to God. We're telling God, I'm going to do it my way. The love that is in each and every one of us is the love of God. That's what truth is. Truth is love. Truth is health. Truth is all abundance. It's God. So I don't care what word you use. I am interested in how you use what it is giving you. Make a decision, because it says, be you in charge. You can't be in charge for your child, your parent, or your so-called friend. They have to choose it for themselves. You must say, I will follow you. I will take direction. I will listen. I will be still. I will be able to breathe, take in, and get up. Because you got to get up. You can't just lay there and think it's going to work, because it's not. You have to be about the movement. It's you. You could call on someone, but it's still between you, the Holy Spirit and God. The Holy Spirit is that bridge. So we have certain that your direction gives you peace. Know it, because it does. It gives you peace and certainty. Thank you.
So it is.
Good morning. Namaskar. I have to begin. I'm going to take liberties because I am an elder in this church. And so I, I have to begin by acknowledging that my family is here today. And to keep me from having to make individual introductions, I'm just going to ask them to please hold up their hands when I call their name, and then you'll know who they are, and you can speak to them after the service. My beloved son Byron is here. My beloved daughter-in-law Jackie is here. My beloved, let me just say this, graduating high school senior, already committed to Bates College in Lewiston, Maine.
Yes.
Byron Jr., we call him BJ. And my most beloved, my mini-me, my delicious and adorable granddaughter, Miss Jocelyn, is here. Jocelyn, raise your hand. Thank you. From the book, The Wisdom of the Elders, I would like to share this quote. Richard Wright, renowned novelist. If you're not familiar with him, do go out and find Native Son or his memoir, Black Boy. He's an excellent writer, and he brought us far. In 1941, Richard Wright said about the black church, despite our new worldliness, despite our rhythms, our colorful speech, and our songs, we keep our churches alive. In fact, we have built more of them than ever here on the city pavements. For it is only when we are within the walls of our churches that we are wholly ourselves, that we keep alive a sense of our personalities in relation to the total world in which we live, that we maintain a quiet and constant communication with all that is deepest in us. Our going to church on a Sunday is like placing one's ear to another's chest to hear the unquenchable murmur of the human heart. In our collective outpourings of song and prayer, the fluid emotions of others make us feel the strength in ourselves. From 1941. Now, I have to tell you, I don't consider this a black church. There's lots of black people up in here. I don't see him sitting here now, but there's also Dr. Rocco and other folks of other colors. And I think more of this not as a black church, but as a holistic church. A church that caters to mind, body, and spirit.
Yes.
And the primary focus of this church has always been and will always be teaching the significance of abundance in our lives. And the fact that abundance is not just the coins in your pocket. Abundance is a roof over your head. Abundance is clothes to put on your back. Abundance is how you feel about yourself. So when they asked me as an elder to come up with a message, you go to God, and everybody who knows me knows that I know that God is a black woman. And if you're not clear about that and you've never seen The Matrix, go see The Matrix. That is my favorite movie of all time because black women are the oracle. There's no question about it. So I asked her, I said, God, what kind of message can I come up with to enlighten my people? What can I tell them that they might take with them? And I got nothing. And it was getting closer and closer to time. And I'm like, God, what are we going to say to these people? Give me something. And she said to me, handle with care. And I said, could you give me a little more, please? Could I, could you just get, a little more. She said, handle with care.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my message to you today. Handle with care.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to try to interpret that message for you because God told me don't interpret it.
Come on now.
Just put the message out there.
Yes.
But I will tell you that for me, handle with care means be intentional with your thoughts, your feelings, your decisions, your relationships. But most of all, handle yourself with care.
Come on.
Be kind to yourself. Take time for yourself. Get to know yourself. You know, many of us go through life. We never know who we are because we spend our entire lives trying to be who we've been told we ought to think we should be, who our parents told us we were going to be. Get rid of all that. Figure out who you are. And once you do, handle yourself with care
Yes.
because that's going to be your best path forward.
Mm-hmm.
Let the people say it.
Amen.
So it is.
Come on, Reverend D.
Yes.
Come on,
yes.
Reverend D.
Good morning, everybody.
Good
Namaste.
morning.
I am so happy to be here with you. The first thing I want to say to you, let me ask a question. Did you all just record what Reverend Sharon said? Please make sure, however it has to be obtained, you obtain it and you listen to it again and again and again. Because my sister just laid down some truth. And if you get it, that's the whole thing. You all hear the truth all the time, but getting it is something else. When you get it, it gets inside of you, it becomes a part of you, and you act from that point. It becomes spontaneous. You don't have to think about it. It's what you operate from. It's like being on automatic pilot. When you get it in your consciousness and you get it in your heart, you walk through anything. So get that. Please listen to that again. I just, earlier this month, I just did a 10-day silent retreat. Not talking for 10 days, meditating for 10 hours a day.
Mm-hmm. Come on now.
Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. We've got to be still. We've got to learn how to be still more often. We've got to go within and listen to spirit and get that guidance from within and get that direction. There's something about that stillness. There's something about that stillness. Now, meditating 10 hours a day, people, is not easy.
No.
Woo!
He said,
Let me tell you, the way the thing is set up, men are on one side, women are on another. But when we went into our foyer area for the meditation hall, they had two big bins from the wall, like over to here, full of pillows. The first day, a couple of people took a pillow. By the second day, those two bins were empty. Because we sat and we were not to move. So, for instance, if my nose itched, I couldn't do this. I wasn't supposed to do this. I was supposed to breathe through it. Your body is going through all kinds of stuff. I had intense heat. I was perspiring. I was like, I'm going to pass out. It got so hot. Breathe through it. But the key here is stop reacting to everything.
Come on. Come on.
Stop reacting to everything. That's why I said be still and know. Be still, breathe, and think through and let spirit guide you before you react. See, we instantly react to everything. Instantly react to everything. We have an opinion. We say something, and some of us are pretty sharp with the tongue. But take that time to be still and stop reacting, because part of not reacting is breaking the habit of who we've been. And I don't know if many of you read Joseph Dispenza's book, Break the Habit of Being Yourself. See, that's part of breaking that habit. We don't realize that we operate, and so much of what we do is habitual. We respond to the same things the same way. 95% or more of what we do is habitual. So if you want to change, and you want to change this path and get on the path of truth, then you've got to break some of those habits that you have that are automatic responses to things. So let's take time to have some meditation time, some quiet time, or even when something's going on, say, okay, God, what's going on out here? How am I to move forward? What am I to say? What am I to do in any given situation? And the more you do this, the more you get automatic responses immediately. So you don't have to worry about what you're confronted with, because you'll get an automatic response because you're used to going up there or in there, to spirit, going up that higher level. So when we work from that principle, things begin to shift and change, and they change for the better. And all any of us want is more good, whatever way that shows up. But I have to go back to Ricky Byers. If no other song works for me, her one song, all I need is my connection with God.
Come on.
That's all you need, is that connection with God, that connection with spirit within. And like Peter, you'll be able to walk water.
So I think y'all see why I needed to have those elders say a little something for us. But like any minister, they couldn't just say a little bit of something to you. You can't give a minister a mic and tell them to come up, because they forgot. Oh no, I'm speaking here. But you see why I needed to have them, and it really was just a little taste of something. So y'all know I'm a ritual lady, and I got some rituals for you all to do. Some things that are part of this experience. Under your chair, you're going to find a paver. I want you to pull it out and position it in front of you. So all I want you to do is take it out from under your seat and put it in front of you. Put it right in front of you. And then I want you to sit comfortably in your chair. Take your pad off of it. I want just the plain paper sitting there, because I'm going to have you do something with it, so you're just going to need to have your paper out. Okay? So I want you to just sit comfortably in your chair, and I want you to listen to the words of this song. The song is I Say Yes by John Stringer. And I want you to feel the power of saying yes. Saying yes to your path. Saying yes to being guided by Spirit. Saying yes to being open and courageous. Saying yes to laying a path that is founded in truth principles. Say yes to your willingness to lay a path of truth. Not just for yourself, but for 365 and for everyone in this room. Take this song in. Say yes to love. Say yes. have taken this song in, and whenever you are ready, I want you to stand with both feet firmly planted on your paver. You are standing in agreement that you are ready and willing and able to lay a path of truth. You are saying yes to following truth principles. You are saying yes to fully acknowledging and moving as a spiritual being. Yes. And Rev Deb is going to come up. She's going to lead us in an affirmative prayer that is going to seal the deal on you saying yes to your path, to your purpose, to God's will.
Let us come together in consciousness. Please be seated. As we clear our minds and open our hearts, coming together as one in this consciousness. Father, Mother, God, loving presence of God, divinely, spiritually living in us, through us, and as us. We say yes to your divine essence that empowers us. We say yes to each and every step we take that is divinely ordered. We say yes as we reach up our hands in answer to your call for a bold new way of living in spirit and in truth.
Yes.
We say yes, Lord, as we take divine action for the highest and greatest good of all concerned. We say yes to a bold new living truth 365.
Yes.
We say yes in gratitude.
Yes.
And we say yes in love. We say thank you, God.
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 And so it is.
So it is. Now Reverend Jada is going to come up and she is going to instruct us in how to lay this path.
Namaste. Namaste. I honor the place in you where the entire universe resides. I honor the place in you of love, of light, of truth, of peace. I honor the place in you where if you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, there is only one of us. And as one, we are going to lay the path. We're going to lay the path starting with the founders of Living Truth 365. Rev Deb, Reverend Terry, Reverend Sharon. The founders who followed the vision are visionaries. We're going to ask the elders to lay the path. The elders who have given us wisdom, who have given us the clarity that we need. And now we're going to ask the ministers, the Revs, to come. The Revs who have continued to carry the torch of truth to lay the path. And now we're going to ask you all, not yet, to lay the path. We're going to ask Ty and Jeremy to lay the path of the members who are no longer here with us in body, but they're here in spirit. Laying the path for Erica Gray. Laying the path for Kim Abner. And we're going to have these first two rows stand. Oh. Did you put yours down? And if you can have this row come, going that way, toward the door. And now the ministers will continue to build the path. Yeah, can you go around and get papers and build the path? Reverend Edward, would you help us build the path? When they walk back in, we'll know that they're done. Not yet. Thank you.
Reverend Andrea is holding the spirit candle, which has been lit for the entire service. And we are going to light our candle from the spirit candle. The elders will go next. And then the 4 ministers will light their candles from the spirit candles. And then they will light the candle of the first person in each row. And what you will then do is you will use your candle to light the candle of the person next to you. That spirit candle represents the light of truth, which is our connection to God. And it is the animating life force within all of existence. The elders and the ministers have lit their candles from this light. And as you light the candle, the person next to you, It symbolizes the light that is within you. It symbolizes spirit. The light of spirit is eternal. It never dims or goes out. That light of spirit is always lit. As you light your candle, this is an outward acknowledgement and a recognition of the truth that you are a spiritual being. It is a physical demonstration of your willingness to allow spirit, to allow your inner light to light your path and light the way so that you can see, not with physical eyes, but with spiritual discernment. I read somewhere that one candle can light another, and the light will spread without source ever being diminished. That's what we're doing right now with our light. The lighting of your candle from the person next to you is symbolic of our spiritual connection with one another. It reminds us that when we support others in shining their light, it does not diminish our own. Instead, it increases our light and makes the world a brighter place, a place full of love, beauty, hope, faith, and truth. When we let our individual lights shine, everyone can see the path more clearly. This collective light illuminates the path of truth. This is what your light, the light of spirit, does when you let it shine. So I want you to close your eyes and breathe deeply. I want you to envision the light of your candle. And when you can see it in your mind's eye, I want you to take that image, that thought of light and spirit, and take that intention and that feeling of truth, of wisdom and clarity, and find that place of light within yourself and hold it inside you for just a moment. And when you feel the connection and power, then blow out your candle. This act of blowing out your candle, it represents your understanding and your agreement that you no longer need an outer light because you are relying upon and trusting spirit, the life source, an inner light that will always guide and direct you wherever you are in life and whenever you need to follow and walk your light of truth. And so now we can illuminate the path from our light that was first lit and remains lit by spirit. See, everybody's blowing their candle out. We just wait for one person. All right. So now the path has been laid. Your inner light has been lit. And you are now ready to walk the path. No, you're not. How can you walk the path if there is a belief of any kind of a barrier within you? The truth is, you cannot truly walk in light or in the light of your path because the fear, negativity, and belief in something that is not God and not of God will consciously or unconsciously prevent you from putting one foot in front of the other and moving down the path. So to walk your path, you need to release those barriers and false beliefs that Reverend Andrea asked you to write down earlier. Releasing them means that you are ready and willing to stop holding on to them. It means you're ready to freely give them up. You're ready to be free of the hold that they have on you. And lastly, it means that you're ready to intentionally return them back to the nothingness from which they came. So is there anybody here that's ready to let go of their barriers? Yes. Yes. Then you're ready for the burning place.
Namaste. So, like Reverend Sharon said, we are ready to release the barriers that have been holding us back. We've laid the path, and now it's time to walk it. There's an old saying, the journey of 1,000 steps, or the 1,000 miles rather, begins with one step. That's not exactly how it goes. That's the translation that we've been given. What it really says, it begins with your feet under you. Come on. Which really means it begins where you stand. Yes. You see, you don't need for conditions to be a certain way for you to begin your journey. All you've got to do is make that decision and say yes. So are you ready to say yes? Yes. Are you ready to say yes? Yes. All right, then I'm going to ask you to come together with me on a spiritual mind treatment. After I do that treatment, I'm going to walk the path, and I'm going to place my list in the release bowl in the lobby. And then Reverend Sharon is going to direct you, each aisle, to make the walk for your own journey. That's you saying yes, and you're beginning by releasing those things that no longer serve you, by letting them go back into the nothingness from which they came. And you're going to deposit it in that bowl. And after the last person has deposited theirs, I'm going to take them outside and burn them. I'm going to begin by dropping my candle in. And let's all come together in consciousness, recognizing and knowing there is one presence, one power, one mind, and that is God. And we know that God is right here where we are, and we consciously connect. The word that I speak for myself, I speak for everyone here, because we are all connected together and joined together as one in love and in spirit. I release and let go of that which does not serve me, that which is unlike God. Because in God I live and move and have my being. I know that there are no limitations. I know that there are no boundaries, because God is limitless. And as I am a divine, individualized expression of God, that means that I am limitless. So I release any notion of limitations, of lack, of anything that is unlike true abundance, that is unlike love, that is unlike prosperity, that is unlike all the good things in life that I desire. And I speak this word and I release this word to the universe, knowing that it shall not return unto us void, but rather it shall prosper and accomplish the thing we have sent it to do. And so it is.
Wait a beat or two. Wait a beat or two. Let them finish. Get to the halfway point. Mm-hmm. 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 Now you can go. Mm-hmm. Ife. Give it a beat or two. Give it a minute. I need you. You need me. Go ahead, baby. We're all a part of body. Separate. Yes. Come away with me. We're all a This is will that every need be supplied to me. I need you to survive. You are important. Nikki, I need you to survive. I need you. You need me. We're all a part of God's body. Stand with me. Agree with me. We're all a part of God's body. It is His will that every need be supplied. I need you to survive. You are important, Sailor. I need you to survive. I need you pray time. I need you to survive. I won't wait for someone. Ed. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. I won't words from my mouth. I love you. I need you to survive. I pray for you. You pray for me. I love you. I need you to survive. You words from my mouth. Today, you laid a path and you walk the path with focus and clarity. As you leave this service, we invite you to take a paver that's stacked up at the door, because that paver is going to represent the first step on the road of truth to be laid out before you. It is going to be a physical reminder of your confirmation and your agreement that you will continue to walk a path of truth, that you will continue to allow Spirit to guide and to direct you, and that you will continue to let your light shine, illuminating the path for others to follow. And as you live your life authentically, purposefully, intentionally, and in alignment with the divine, that paver will serve as a remember and a reminder of what you've agreed to today. The paver you laid and walked was not only the first step on your individual path of truth, but it was also the steps laid on the path for Living Truth 365 and for our continued journey. See, whether you continue on this path, that's up to you. As for Living Truth 365, we are moving forward on our own path, and there is room and a place for each of you along the way. So just take a moment and be still. Because what you're doing now, as we move forward in this journey, we've got to shake some stuff up. We've got to shift the atmosphere a little bit. They are picking those pavers up to symbolize that we are moving forward on our path. A path that you helped us to lay. A path that you will help us to continue to grow and to develop and to unfold. Yes. It's already done. Shifting the atmosphere. It's moving. Yes, it is broken. Shifting the atmosphere. Come on and get your healing. Shifting the atmosphere. It's moving. I worship. Shifting the atmosphere. Tell us something. It's breaking. Shifting the atmosphere. Every yoke. Come on now. It's broken. Shifting the atmosphere. Wow. I think I felt that. So Reverend Dre is going to come up and share with you what our path is going to look like as we leave this place. Because if you didn't know, this is our last service in this location. We're closing it down and going to do a new thing. We will be continuing our journey. It'll be a new format. And Reverend Dre is going to share with you what that looks like and what you can expect.
Sorry, I'm the problem child. All righty. What we do without Emmanuel. All righty. This is our last service in this building. Now, this decision was not made lightly. The Revs have experienced a whirlwind of emotions. We engaged in some deep soul searching.
Deep, y'all, deep.
And we had several heartfelt come to Jesus meetings with each other, putting each other on the hot seat, asking those questions that we did not want to face and deal with. And after much thought and consideration and consultation from our elders, encouragement and support from the core members of the community, and the inspiration from witnessing all of you break your barriers this year, we recognize our own need to break through. So, guided by wisdom from Spirit, today we are closing the physical doors of Living Truth 365. Now, this doesn't mean the end of Living Truth 365. Instead, we are entering into a much-needed transformation that will allow us to better realize the vision and mission of Living Truth 365. This evolution will also allow the Revs to explore new ways to share their talents and treasures as we continue to grow this ministry and serve a broader community. Now, we will anchor our new vision online with a YouTube channel with a podcast called Truth Be Told. So you see, there was a method to the madness, right? We all had on our shirts. So we're going to have that as our anchor podcast and expand it to include a variety of other things. We didn't want to just take Living Truth 365 and put it online. A lot of other churches and spiritual centers have done that, right? We want to make sure that we carve out our own niche, something unique, something that we think will touch lives and will attract people in different ways from all different walks of life. So it's going to include other podcasts. The Revs are going to show you what we're made of, what we got, some of our talents and things like that. But we're also going to include other types of shows and both long and short format content. We're going to do live streams, recorded programming, blogs, vlogs, and much more. So we want to be able to touch lives in many different ways. But what will remain consistent is that all content will be spiritually and metaphysically based, firmly grounded in truth principles. Over time, we envision inviting members of the Living Truth 365 community and friends to participate, to contribute their own unique talents to this evolving ecosystem that we are going to create online. In whatever capacity you're willing to or able to participate. We have people that do yoga. We have people that do vegan cooking. We have people that do fitness. We have people that are financial, advisors. We have all types of people in this community that can bring their talents to the Living Truth. Yeah, we have somebody that does meditation. Somebody that does meditation. And anything else, right? We will be looking to expand this ecosystem, this world we're going to be creating online. And we invite you guys to participate, to help, to watch, to encourage others to watch. We want to make this as inviting as possible, as inclusive as possible, and for this to be a unique space that nobody else has online like we will. So in order to do this, the Revs will be in the lab cooking up the first installments of our podcast during the first quarter of 2025. Now, that doesn't mean you won't see us or hear from us. We have a few things in store for you during the first quarter. But what we want you to do, this is our call to action for you guys, is to go ahead and become subscribers to our YouTube channel, so that you'll get all of the information of what's coming out, when it's happening, when our launch is. And in the meantime, we'll be putting out daily doses of truth. We'll be putting out YouTube shorts, archived lessons. We'll also be giving you updated information on our sustainable giving program, and announcements about a launch, and other surprises that may come up along the way. So you don't want to miss out on that. You want to be able to see and participate however you can.
I just want to say, somewhere down the line, I would really like to do a podcast episode on the spiritual influences of the music of Stevie Wonder, Prince, and Martin.
Done. Done. Done.
That's all I'm saying.
Done.
They're special. They're own. They get there.
Done. It is already done.
Thank you.
And it's as simple as that, guys. For all these wonderful and different ideas we have, we need producers, right? People that are going to help us create the content and figure out how it's going to look and different things like that. So we encourage you, if you have any ideas or thoughts, and you don't even have to live here in Atlanta to do it, right? So we will work together to create a wonderful sacred space online, right? That we can continue to have the tools, the teachings, and the experiences for our unfolding awareness, right? Because that's our vision, right? We want to continue to grow the vision and mission of Living Truth 365. And so to do that, we decided we needed to give up this space, right? This will give the Revs more time to really design and put together some content that I think will be more interesting to you guys, right? And also, I'm going to put it out there. It costs money. It costs money to have this space, right? And so until we're able to build up our coffers, that money that we're spending every month, that we're having to scrounge around and find every month, we'll be able to use for lighting equipment and new cameras and microphones and giving May in the manual and getting him some help on occasion when he needs it or requests it, so that we can go ahead and build up this community we want to build. So we wanted to make sure that we didn't just close it down and not tell you guys, or we didn't just close it down and that be it. We wanted to share with you guys what the vision is and let you know that we are excited about however you all choose to participate, however you all choose to help. Somebody's already told me about, they want to be a producer on the book club. Hey, no worries. However we want to do it.
Come on, Miss Paper Plate Vegan.
There you go. And anything else. We need even, we have some wonderfully seasoned people here, We have a lot of Gen X and above. But we're open to Gen Z and Gen Alpha as well. They have a lot to say. They have a lot to say. They know a lot. And they know how to use the technology even better. So, we're open to that as well. However we can go ahead and grow this, we want to do that. So please join us on YouTube. We also have an Instagram page. So go ahead and hit that up and like that. And, of course, you all know from a long time we've had our Facebook page. So we are definitely going to be cascading all the information out from our YouTube onto those other pages as well. So please join. Please encourage others to join. If you do that, we get our subscriptions up, then the algorithm gods out there will see that something's happening over there at Living Truth 365. Let's push them out. Let's get them more exposure. So that will only help us to grow and do the things that we need. And again, you will be getting information about our updates to our sustainable giving program. That is another way that you can support this ministry as we transform and transition into this new phase, as we walk the path that's being laid out in front of us, right? So we want your support on that if you can. Now, That also means, it also doesn't mean that we won't see you guys, and because we got to see and touch you. You know we love to hug and all that here at Living Truth 365. So we will have a couple of opportunities for us to gather together in the first quarter while we are still cooking in the lab. So we will be doing the Beloved Community Service Project called Mission Impossible. It will be Monday, January 20th, 2025. That's Martin Luther King Day, from 11 to 3 p.m. at the King Center. We will be doing baskets and stuff for the homeless on that day. So we will send out the information. If you can join us for that, we would love to have you join us to participate in that worthy cause. Okay. Also, so that's January. In February, we would love for you all to participate in a virtual story time read aloud, where you can record yourself reading a book online, and then that's distributed by the United Way. So that's another fun thing. You don't even have to leave your homes for that. Just record and send it in. So we'll continue to send that information out, and if you're on our YouTube page, you'll get it first. Okay? And then, guys, Alvin Ailey is coming, right? So we are going to gather together and go see the Alvin Ailey Dance Theater Company on February 15th, that Saturday at the Fox Theater. We'll send the information out so we can see how we can go ahead and get tickets and go there together. But that is going to be another opportunity for us to be together in February. And then, guys, you know, every year for the past 5 years, we have been supporting the Lust Guarding Pancreatic Cancer Research Walk. It is on March 30th. We will be doing that again. It's a fun time to be had by all, where we are, is a fundraiser for that pancreatic research. It's at the Portia Experience. If you've never been there, it's really cool there. If you all watch any of the Marvel movies, that's where the Avengers headquarters is. You'll see that building and everything. So check-in is at 8:30. The race starts at 9:30. You can walk it. That's what most of us do. We don't run it. We walk it. So more information will be out about that. We will have our own team and our own team page so that you all can go ahead and participate and join in that with us. Okay? So now it is time for our gift of circulation and sharing. All right. So we have a few ways that you're able to give. We do have Tithely. And if you go ahead and you can set up text give to this phone number, you'll get a reply with a link to create your account. And then anytime you can make your gift of circulation whenever you'd like to. The way that's more common that most people know about is Cash App, right? So our Cash App handle is $LT365, $LT365. And you could send your gift of circulation and sharing that way. Ooh, all right, we're jamming already. And then there is Zelle, right? This is so that you can become a sustaining member. You could set up LT365 as a payee using our email address, livingtruth365@gmail.com, and create a payment marked with repeating payments. You know, if you need more information, you contact your bank, but that's one of the ways to become a sustainable member here with Living Truth 365. So I'm going to give you all just a few moments to do your gift, and once you're ready. Oh, and if you need an envelope, we have envelopes as well. Our lovely Ife will go ahead and pass them around. All right. And just look up when you're done. In the meantime, feel this energy of abundance and prosperity flowing through you. Feel that energy flowing through. Feel that prosperity and abundance, love, compassion, kindness just flowing through you. Inside of me. Just let and let go. And let spirit What you saying now? Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Let me hear it one more time, guys. Money is coming. There it is. And effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. There you go. All right. All right. Hold it, hold it. Makes the world go round. Easily and effortlessly, money is coming to me. Money is coming to me. Money. I ain't never heard that last little bit. That little, what's that bass? That bass guitar? Okay. All righty, guys. Easily and effortlessly, money is coming to me. All righty, so now we are going to do our gift of circulation affirmations. If you take your donation in your hands, give it some energy, guys. Give it some energy, and we are going to repeat this gift of circulation affirmation 3 times. Let's go. There is no lack or limitation. There is only infinite abundance. And through my giving, I tap into the infinite flow, and I am one with it. There is no lack or limitation. There is only infinite abundance. And through my giving, I tap into the infinite flow, and I am one with it. There is no lack. Ooh, all right. There is only infinite abundance. And through my giving, I tap into the infinite flow, and I am one with it. Now, let's do this 3 times to seal the deal. I am tapping infinite prosperity and sharing. I am tapping infinite prosperity and sharing. I am tapping infinite prosperity and sharing. And so it is. Ooh, y'all sounded so good, so good. So good, so good. All righty. And so just a couple of more announcements I have for you, and then Reverend Sharon is going to close us out. Moments' Meditation is still on hiatus. We're enjoying the holiday time. So we will let you know. Again, become a subscriber on our YouTube channel. And you will know when Moments in Meditation is coming back. But it's usually every Thursday at 7 p.m. via Zoom. And we'll make sure that you have the link if you need it. We have a great time exploring the peace, the power, and presence within. When we do it as a group, the energy is just amplified. So you don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss that. Truth Trekkers is also on hiatus for the holidays. And we'll let you know when that's coming back. That's when we go out and we go hiking. Guys, there are over 2,000 trails in Metro Atlanta alone. Right? So we haven't hit all of them yet. But that is our goal. So we will let you all know. We usually do that on the 3rd Saturday of every month. So we would love to have you when we get things going again. And then, guys, you can go to KafaniStudios.etsy.com and get your Reppin' Tea. We have Reppin' Spirituality, Reppin' Spirit, Reppin' Truth, Reppin' Love, Reppin' Peace. We have them all. All proceeds go to Living Truth 365 for all of the programs and the movement forward that we're taking. We also have their Breaking Barrier merch as well. So, and you can get one of these t-shirts. We model it. Blue, black. Reverend Terry has on the gray one. And if there's something interesting, we also can help design something for you guys if you want it as well. So, you know, we like I said, we got a lot of talents and treasures and stuff to share with the world. All righty? So don't forget that. And then last thing, guys, we also do have a website, livingtruth365.org. So visit us online there as well. So the information is going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on livingtruth365.org. You have no excuse for not knowing what's going on, where we are, what we're going to be doing, and how you can participate and help. So I'll go ahead and let Reverend Sharon close us out.
All right. First, I want to thank you all for staying this late for the service, but it was our last one, and we had a lot to cover in this final service here at Living Truth 365 in this space. But I want you to know that your voice, your participation and engagement, your ideas, your talents, your ties, and your time are all important parts of the path that we are following here at Living Truth 365. And we really do look forward to continuing this journey together. As we walk our path of truth, we can confidently declare and affirm the words of our 2024 barrier-breaking affirmation simply because those words are truth, no matter what the year is. And so they are on the board. So I don't want you to just take this for 2024. I want you to take this for your life. And so I want us to read this together 3 times. There are no barriers in God. Therefore, there can be no barriers in me. There are no barriers in God. Therefore, there can be no barriers in me. Stop. Take a deep breath and take in what you're saying. Because again, this is a truth principle. It is going to be important for you as you walk your path of truth to know this, but more importantly, to be this. So when you really get this in your craw, as they say, then you ain't got to worry about nothing. Why? Because you know that there are no barriers in God. Therefore, there can be no barriers in me. Living Truth family and friends, walk your path of truth, knowing that it always leads back to truth. Why? Because it's a path of truth. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. I look forward to seeing you online. Have a great and wonderful new year. Peace and abundant blessings.